After turning 60 last year, Daredevil, Marvel's blind superhero, has been around long enough to have had plenty of stories tackling many of the different meanings of the holidays, with this list highlighting 7 of them. Merry Christmas, Kingpin, by Ann Nocenti and John Romita Jr. Daredevil number 253 shows that while Marvel's Crimson Champion has an intimidating presence to the criminal underworld, he also has a soft spot for the people of his neighborhood, Hell's Kitchen. Spending time giving back to a community that has given him so much not only feels rewarding to Daredevil and his alter ego Matt Murdock, but inspires those around him to be kinder. Meanwhile, his arch nemesis, Kingpin, spends Christmas fixating on destroying Daredevil, baffled by how a man could be happy spending time with rebels, outcasts, and children, not understanding that Matt views these people as family. Daredevil Volume 3, Number 7, by Mark Waid and Paulo Rivera. Daredevil number 7 follows Matt taking a group of students from a school for the blind on a winter field trip that gets caught in a blizzard. The issue showcases that while Matt may have enhanced senses, they can't benefit him in every situation. Trying his best, Matt makes an effort to show the children that to help each other is the key to getting through this without fear. And while they initially struggle, the kids are eventually able to apply the lesson when Matt can no longer help them. A Beer with the Devil by Ann Nocenti and John Romita Jr. Another Christmas issue by Nocenti, Daredevil number 266, is based on the writer's own experience of once spending the holiday with nowhere to go and ending up at a bar. After losing all he holds dear, Daredevil spends his own Christmas at a bar, reflecting on if the good he does outweighs the bad done by others. Daredevil finds himself accompanied by a seductive stranger who pokes and prods at his sense of justice, as she distracts him from violence going on within the bar. Angels Unaware by Lee Weeks. Daredevil Dark Nights numbers 1 through 3 throw Daredevil into an unbearable blizzard, as he does all he can to deliver a heart for a transplant to a little girl as the delivery copter is crashed. The story is quintessential Daredevil content, focusing on his philosophy of never giving up in the endless hopes of atoning for past failings. It deals with Daredevil's self-destructive, heroic tendencies and the moral ramifications that come with them. Though not the happiest tale, the communal effort to save a single person is inspiring. The Deadliest Night of My Life and Blast from the Past by Harlan Ellison, Arthur Byron Cover, and David Mazzucchelli. Though not an outright holiday story, Daredevil number 208 and 209 take place during the winter. Number 208 drops Daredevil into an automated murder house that puts both him and artist Mazzucchelli to the test by using their skills to the best of their abilities. Number 209 centers on an old friend of Matt's that's become a criminal. Struggling to be better in life, he grows to care for something bigger than himself as he helps Daredevil, inspired by and thankful for the hero's efforts. Man Without Fear number 4 by Jed MacKay and Paolo Villanelli. Man Without Fear number 4 takes the time to display how Daredevil's senses interact with the snow, once again showing that his powers don't always benefit him, as his radar sense is overwhelmed by the falling snowflakes. Daredevil has to try his best to win a one-on-one fight with the Kingpin. The issue takes an interesting approach to the relationship between the two, having Kingpin visit a sedated Matt in the hospital and begin monologuing about their history, not knowing Matt's awake. The Wrapped Lamb by Ann Nocenti and Tom Grinberg. Marvel Holiday Special 1992 ends with Nocenti's final Christmas story for the character. It takes the unique perspective of a wrapped lamb figure that's been purchased by Daredevil, baffled by the journey he takes it on. Before giving it away, both the lamb and the people of New York analyze Daredevil and how he spends his Christmas on a more casual year. There's even time dedicated to the bar patrons from the previous Nocenti Christmas issue. All in all, this collection of self-contained stories don't require prior knowledge of Daredevil to be enjoyed, and are more than enough to get into the holiday spirit through his comics. The goal of this list was to share some Daredevil stories that deal with Christmas itself, or the weather that comes with it, alongside some morals of holiday spirit. I'm content with this list and feel like I accomplished what I wanted to do with it. I wish I could say it was a hard process, but it really wasn't. These 7 stories just spoke to me in a way that made me confident I had to feature them specifically and nothing else. I wouldn't swap out a single one of these for another if I could. And what even is there to swap them out with? Okay, Born Again. I know I didn't talk about Born Again, and there's a reason for that. Yes, Daredevil's most famous story is a Christmas story, which I love, but it's one that so many have either read or will read regardless of this video. I specifically wanted to point out a couple different stories with varying levels of being less well known, without it just seeming like I was trying to pick whatever was the most niche. Denny O'Neil's run has a Christmas issue, which is and Nesenti's run has another Christmas issue, though I think the 3 after it handle similar ideas in a more refined way. I also wanted to focus more on stories that anyone could read, whether you're a Daredevil fan who's just looking to be more festive, or someone who knows nothing about the character and just hopes to dip their toes in. Something like Born Again is technically self-contained, but hits harder when you've read prior stuff that isn't on this list. Anyways, links to each of the issues on Marvel.com are in the description, except for the holiday special, as I don't think it's been properly uploaded yet. Have fun reading Daredevil, and happy holidays.